Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Daisy and I'm the host of this channel. Happy Easter everyone. Happy Easter. Easter is a very fun, loving season. Um, Jesus has risen and it's a beautiful thing. I hope you guys have had an amazing Easter with your family and your friends you've shared, your loved ones. I for a fact have been with my family and it has been amazing. It's a time to reconnect, a time to love, to give, to share, and it's beautiful to celebrate the birth of Christ, the resurrection of Christ. I am happy to be here. Today, guess what I'm going to talk about? I'm going to talk about transitions. And this is something I hold dear to my heart because I'm actually going through a transition right now in life. And I think how I define transition, I could define it as change. Change in the aspect of life. Like we are always going through a transition, whether you know it or you don't know it, whether you feel it or you don't feel it. We are always transitioning from point A to point B. And that is something that I have learned. I define transition as change. Let it be for a kid who is in kindergarten to P1, that's a transition. From someone who let's say was single and now is in a relationship, that is a transition. Someone who was in a relationship and now is single. Someone who never had a child before but now has a baby. That's all a transition. Let's say from a new from being employed to being unemployed. Those are all different transitions and they all impact on us differently. And now I, for a fact, I'm going through a transition, and the truth, what I can say about it is it's not fun, it's not pleasant. And the thing that I want to say is we, as humans, we are to be adaptive. We're supposed to adapt to new things. And that is how life is. Life is always throwing at us new things, and we're supposed to mold ourselves and immerse ourselves into those new things and fit into them and know how to maneuver through and become one with the situation that we're going through. Now, for a fact, transitioning is always not pretty. It's always not roses and flowers. Transitions most times are uncomfortable. You feel like they are unnecessary. Like, why am I going through this? There are times where, of course, there are beautiful transitions. Let's say you're getting married, and yeah, that too all has its stage, and it has its challenges, but they are it's a beautiful thing. So there are beautiful transitions. Let's say you are you got a new job, and yeah, that is also transitioning, and you have to fit in, probably get new friends, um find a way how to balance it with your previous life. So right now, currently, I am at LDC, and trust me, it is so challenging. It has been like the hardest transition I have had to deal with. Like, it is so overwhelming that I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know how to find a way through it. I don't know how to figure it out. I don't know how to explain it into words. But it has been one of the hardest things I've had to deal with. Of course, at law school also had its own pressure and its own, challenges. You have to read hard. You have to make sure you maintain your grades, so that you make sure you don't get a recheck. But now at LDC, we are doing 1 year, no break, and no breakthrough. And there is so much pressure. There is a heavy workload. You are given assignments after assignments. You are given work after work. Work piles up. You have to do that. You have to you have to make sure you have all the notes copied in your book. You only get like 2 hours of sleep. You have to probably have to find a life within LDC. You have to find a life within the life you are actually going through right now, because it's hard to find a fair balance between reading every time and probably hanging out with friends, doing what you love and all. So it's all a heavy transition for me, and I'm still trying to figure it out. So most times when you're going through transitions, you feel like I am not supposed to be dealing with this, especially if it's not like a pleasant thing that you're going through. Let's say you're grieving, you've probably lost a loved one. You feel like this part of my life should not be happening. It should be probably cut off, and I go to the next part. This is a mistake. It's not supposed to be happening. Let's say you've lost a loved one. Yes, the grieving process is so hard that you actually don't know how to deal with it. You don't know how to deal with your emotions. You don't know why you're feeling the way you're feeling, and why life is doing that to you. You feel like it's a me problem. Why is life doing this to me? And that is the same thing that I am actually feeling, not to the grieving side, but to the part of, why is it so hard? Why is the cause so hard? Why is there so much pressure? How come I have not figured it all out? And at some point I feel like I am not supposed to be going through it. Like, I'm supposed to be going through something else. Maybe I'm supposed to be doing something else, of like, this bit is so hard. It is so hard. And that is how I feel. But then I always sit back and remind myself, and I tell myself, the grass is not greener on the other side either. You might actually be looking at someone who is probably relaxing and having a good time on Instagram, and you think that is the life I actually want, or that is where I want to be. But when you actually go and see the fact that they are living, the life that they're living, you actually realize, okay, mine is also actually fine. So I think if we actually compare, when you get to a point of comparison, that is where we all go wrong, because you automatically fail to appreciate where you are in life. And now that is the thing with the transition. You have to mold yourself into it. You have to immerse yourself into it and embrace it and accept it for what it is. And that is where the challenge comes in, because most of us feel like transitions are actually not supposed to be happening. We're not supposed to be going through certain things that we're going through. Life is not supposed to be throwing certain things that it's throwing at us. But we are all we're all supposed to learn, and this is I talking to someone who is going through probably a phase in life, and this is also me talking to myself, because I've really been having a hard time dealing with the fact that I'm from law school and now I'm doing this new course that is so demanding and requires a lot of sacrifice, and I'm still figuring it out, to the fact that, is it worth it, or probably, am I going to make it, or, wow, is it supposed to be this hard? All those questions. And when you're going through a transition, you feel like you cannot think through it. It's like you don't know if there is anything better after the transition. Yet, for us to actually get to the next point in life, we have to go through the transitions that life is taking us through. Let's say right now I'm doing this course, and probably me to get to the next point in life and probably practice as a lawyer, I will have to go through LDC and get done with it for me to go to the next part, my next path in life. And that is how it always is for everyone. So I would like to encourage anyone who is probably having a hard time dealing with their current transitions in life, and just encourage you and tell you that it's going to be all right at the end of it all. We always, something that I remind myself of every time I'm having probably a low point, is days you're going to figure it out. Days you will figure it out. One way or the other, days you will figure it out. And I think that is something we have to keep in mind, because it is not easy. It is hard. It is challenging. You can't see through it. But whatever transition you're going through, especially if it is not as fun, just know you will figure it out one way or the other. And I always lean on to the fact that Jesus said he will never leave us, he will never abandon us. And so, however much, like, sometimes when you're going through a phase, you feel like, okay, where is God? God, where are you? Like, how do you send this to me right now? But then God always, something I read is, God cannot test you beyond what you can't handle. So meaning, okay, whatever transition you're going through, whatever change, whatever challenge you're going through, it's preparing for the next thing. And you can handle it. You can handle it. Although when you're going through it, you cannot see that, oh, I actually got this. I'm going to figure this out. So guys, this is the video that I had. And what my prayer is, we all get to figure whatever we are going through out together. And let's just remember, in the end, we will have the answers that we've been looking for. In the end, we shall figure it out. And I know for a fact change is very uncomfortable. It's like we are we are getting ourselves out of our comfort zone, and no one wants to get out of their comfort zone. And that is something that I have been battling with, knowing that I'm from point A, now I have to get to point B and adapt to it, and I have to find a way how to make it all work. And I'm still trying to figure it out, though it is proving hard. But all I can say is at the end we shall figure it out, and it's going to be, we'll look back and see for a fact that we've come through so much, and we'll be proud of how far we've come and all the situations we've had to deal with, and we are where we are at happier because of what we had to go through then. So this is a video I had for you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend about this beautiful channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.